transitioning. The children have been in holiday. It's been quite a very, very long holiday. They had a lot of experience, relaxing, chilling, and all that, mention it. And now they are back to the classroom setting. So today we'll be discussing the transitioning. How can we make it easy for the children to move from holiday mode, TikTok, social media, TV, visitings, and all that, now to the classroom setting. To discuss this is a great team of ladies, none other than Madam Sanyu Sylvia, who is a deputy principal at Calyst Christian School, together with a lady that you saw last Thursday. She's here due to public demand, Mrs. Esther Kyazze Segawa. She's a counseling psychologist at Betalife Therapy. Ladies and gentlemen watching this show today, please join me welcome this great team right about now. God bless you as you follow. Happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Happy to have you, Sanyu, for the very first time.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much.
Especially now that we are talking about transitioning.
Yes.
You're the right person for this.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Happy to see you, Esther, once again.
Happy to see you,
I was
Clara.
looking forward. From last show up to today, like, oh, I'm counting days.
Yeah.
Delighted to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Would you like to say hello to the viewer and then we continue? You can go first and then will go next.
My name is Esther Kyazze Segawa. I work with Betalife Therapy. And we work across various sectors. We work with school institutions. We work with private institutions, private individuals. So we offer counseling services. And some of the things that we do, we major in mental health, where people, for example, are facing depression, stress, anxiety. Now that is when we come in and try to help them cope, find coping mechanisms. And we also look at child and adolescent therapy. We look at couple and marital therapy. We look at conflict resolution. We look at the transitioning bit of it, people moving from one stage to another. So basically our role is to make sure that an individual is well. We look at the well-being of the individuals so that people are happy, people's mindsets are healthy, their attitudes are healthy. Yes, briefly, that is about Betalife Therapy. Yes.
Wow, thank you, Esther. We are really happy to have you, and thank you for doing that great job for the nation. Thank you. Sanyu, please say hello to the viewer.
Good evening, viewers. I'm Sanyu Sylvia Semfuka. I am a deputy principal, Calyst Christian School. It is found in Kasubi, Nabulagala. I'm a teacher by profession, so we do teach children. That is it. We do teach children. Calyst is not like any other ordinary school. Much as we focus on the academics, we also look at producing an awesome child. So we do teach music instruments at Calyst. We teach the keyboard, we teach the guitar, we teach the drums, we do computer training, much as we handle little children, but we want them to have the trainings as early as they can. We also do football training. We also teach them French. So we are not just like any other ordinary school.
Oh, all right, yes. All right, thank you.
So we do teach children.
All right, happy to have you, teacher.
Thank you.
Sanyu.
Yes.
And we are really, really happy. Of course, to start us off, I'm really chasing time, and I really want to have enough from you.
Okay.
Yeah, so to start us off, we are talking about transitioning now. Okay, of course, some children have already gone back to school, but there are some people that are actually still at school. So why are still at home? Why is the transition from holidays to back to school often so challenging for children? It's going to be a two-in-one. And how early should parents start preparing children for the return to school? In your view, can choose to go first.
Okay, I can go first. Holiday is just like vacation. You know, you've had this routine at school. You wake up very early in the morning to go in class. Everything is on a timetable. You know, so getting away from the routine is a good thing for us to rest, because when we get holiday, we go to rest. Okay, and resting is a good thing for the body, for the mind, for the soul. You know, so normally we as human beings, we love to rest, and sometimes when we go to rest, we don't want to come back to the routine, because routine is a bit uncomfortable. We get out of the comfort zone, so we relax in holiday. That is why it is very challenging for a child, even a big person. When you get a vacation, you would prefer to stay long enough. So it is very challenging, because we are getting out of the comfort to what we call uncomfortable. But it's the routine that we have to go through. Yes.
Okay, I get it. Maybe you can first get in there, and then we can go back to how parents can actually prepare their children earlier.
It is actually very challenging, because she's talked about the routine. Yes, the routine, but we also look at the content. What was in this holiday? How engaging was it?
Oh yes.
You know, it depends on the content, or the kinds of things that the child was doing.
Exactly.
That is going to make it either easier or hard. A very good example, if a child wakes up in the morning and has a certain routine that they follow every day. You know, I wake up in the morning, this is what I do, I take a shower, you know, that kind of structured kind of environment. That child might not have a problem transitioning from, you know, leaving home and school, because there was a program in which they follow. But now if it is this kind of life where everything, I put the books there, I have to relax. Now it is my phone, it is my TV, it is my tab, it is my PlayStation. Now that is going to be a little bit hard. If it is the kind of life or holiday where they've been partying, they've been watching movies, they've been visiting friends, now it is going to be very hard for them. If it has been a sleeping kind of holiday, you know, it is going to be hard for the child to adjust. So.
Oh, no, actually that's very correct. That's why you see first term they struggle a lot, because they've been coming from a long full of festives, parties, what. Now you're here telling them, you know, concentrate, this is class time. So that actually makes a lot of sense. So how early should parents start preparing children for the return to school?
Okay. We've been having, the Wazungus normally call it summer holiday. For us, we call it, what do we call it, teacher?
For us, we call it just holiday.
Just holiday.
Yeah, for us, it's holiday.
It's holiday. So this holiday was about 2 months. 2 months, and it is bit by bit, I'm trying to change my child's mindset into the school routine. You know, are the books enough for you? Do you have these textbooks? You know, now you're going into senior 4. Tell me, can we set some goals? You know, bit by bit, we're adjusting. So I believe that can help. And we actually start talking about it. We start talking about the fact that school is coming. Okay, and that should be at least 2 weeks before, or maybe 1 week too. Okay, because normally they know that I have this holiday package that I have to do. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't do, like she said. So we start talking about school related things. So we start waking up earlier than before. Okay, we start looking at apart from waking up early, sleeping early. Because it is very hard to wake up early when you have slept late, so that they start knowing that, you know, school is coming. At the back of your mind, as a caregiver or as a parent or as a guardian, you know that this person is going back to school where they have to wake up at very early in the morning at 5. So you cannot just let them sleep anyhow. So it is normally hard at the beginning because, you know, they've been sleeping
and waking up at whatever time they've been waking up. And in this case, we are looking at homes where there is no routine. There are homes that are extraordinary. There are those that already have a routine. Children have to wake up at 7. That is it. But there are some of our homes where we do not have a routine. Children do as they wish. Some of us are working mothers. Maids are the ones taking care of the children. But you have to be intentional, calling and ensuring that they've woken up in the right time that they should wake up, or offering them an alarm that rings at a certain time and ensuring that they've woken up, so that when they go back, because the difference is not too big, 5 and 7, it may not necessarily be the time that they wake up at school, but at least close. Okay. Yeah.
Wow, thank you very much, ladies. And what I actually pick from the both of you is as parents, we take part in their lives, in the academic life.
Yes, very
we
much.
keep reminding them, actually, this is time for school. This is almost time for school. Have you done your holiday work? Now, actually, that takes me to what you hinted on. For busy mothers, busy fathers, they're really up and about everywhere. So what happens to, those children that their parents are ever busy? Because what I know with children, they might play and forget that there is actually going back to school. So really, what's your take on that, or what's your advice on that, or really?
Okay. Now, let me speak to the parents. It is very key. It is very important. In as much as we look for the money, but it is very important for us to spare time for our children. Because if we don't spare time for our children, then no one will. Even the maid that we have at home might not have the experience to handle the children. It is a role of a parent to get into the lives of their child. If you don't get into the life of your child, then there is going to be a very big problem. Number one, in the academics, we see that it is very important emotionally for this child to be able to settle in, even when they go to school. The parents' involvement needs to be there. I've ever seen parents who go with their children to school, and as they're doing the checks in the suitcases, even the parent doesn't know what the child actually brought into their suitcases.
Wow.
Now that is when the child is even chased from school. This child had cookies and they had marijuana, drugs in them, So it is high time that parents get involved in the lives of their children. It is very good for you to bond with your child, because as time goes by and they grow up, it would be very easy for you to intervene in case this child has any kind of behavioral problem, for you to intervene and try to help them, unlike when you haven't been in their lives. So it is pertinent for any parent to be present in the lives of their child. From day one, even when they get their holidays, do you know what their suitcase looks like? Did they bring back the bed sheets? Did they bring back the flat irons and everything that they took? Show that interest in the life of your child. Now, it's going to be a little bit hard for this child to settle in when they go back to school. When you didn't get involved in where's your holiday package? Let me have a look. You didn't do this number well, because we've seen parents where holiday packages are done and they just sign. You remember those things when we used to have kids in primary? Teachers would give you homework and they would want you to sign. Because you're tired as a parent. I'll be honest, let me confess my sins. I'll be honest. They would do homework and the child would just bring the paper to you.
And you sign.
And you sign in the morning as you're leaving.
Jesus.
You sign, you tell them Tula to Gende. And you sign.
Teacher Sanyu. Parents one.
I really understand that some of us are really very busy. And I'm one of them, by the way, much as I'm a teacher.
Wow.
But this is my advice. This is what I think. If you are a very busy parent, in your environment, can you notice help? Are there people that can help you do what you cannot do? Because there are people who can offer help, the strictness that is needed. Okay, there are relatives, there are family members that can offer you help, because you're talking about parents who are here, busy but here, who go back home, but there are parents who are not even here. They're working abroad, and their children are here. Okay, so are there people that those children are accountable to that are near them, okay, that can see that this and this is missing? It is important to notice that you need help and to pick out those people that can offer you that help and to talk to them about the help that you want them to render to your child while you are away. However, also there are times where, much as you are very busy, you better be present. And this is one of the time. We are talking transition from holiday to school. Those children, much as they are young, they have fears. Okay, sometimes they are anxious. I have a primary 4 going boy, and these days he's been saying, "I'm scared of P4." And you know, there's nothing that he knows that he's scared of, but he's scared. Okay, so those are things that may not be communicated to anyone else. But when you are a parent and you're there to hear, you can address them that it is okay to fear, but you know, there's also excitement. You're going to meet your friends. You know, you talk them through the emotions and all that. But it is important that when you're very, very busy, you notice that you're busy, you pick out people that can help you, that can help your child, where both of you can communicate. Someone that your child will be accountable to. I tell them, you give that person the power. You make sure that this child respects this person. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And of course, prayerfully and intentionally find out for help, because sometimes you trust your children,
You
to
get
help.
wrong help.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, there is something you actually talked about, anxiety, and I want us to highlight that, because this is something very many children face before going back to school. So what are some of the signs that parents should look out to, and how can they help?
The uneasiness, even as you tell them to park, they don't want to park. They recently, I noticed my son sweating. He sits, you tell him, "Can you please bring your suitcase? I pack for you." Mommy, I'm coming. I'm coming. There's even a time he was telling me, I don't want to go back. And I'm like, what is the problem? Last show I actually told you about it. So there are those signs. There is that uneasiness. They don't want to, even when you tell them to get involved, let's say in the parking, putting up their books together, do their shopping list and everything, there is that uneasiness about them, that you notice. And actually, as a parent, when you see a child is anxious, the very first thing you have to do is to call them and delve deep into their thoughts. Try to ask what exactly is the problem, and also comfort them. It is okay. School will be okay. The experiences. Maybe last time had a few challenges, but you need to learn how to be optimistic. You also need to give them some a way of learning how to cope with this anxiety. Look at the bright side. So it helps a lot, reduce the anxiety. Get involved. Let him get involved in everything about school. Why? It is also going to help him become a little bit more independent and own up. Let's say when he does his washing, the washing of the things that he's supposed to take, probably also call his friends, talk to them, because I normally see my kids also trying to chat with their friends. Let them talk to their friends where possible, because we've been having sessions where you're going to go for results. Can they go to that particular school probably and get more acquainted with it and relax a little bit to calm them down? It helps with the anxiety. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they also,
thank you, Esther.
They easily throw tantrums. Sometimes they easily cry. Okay, when you talk about school, you see someone going in the corner and out of the blue crying. And
Like,
most of the
why?
times it comes from, sometimes the fear comes from somewhere.
Yes.
And if you don't talk, you might not know where it comes from.
Exactly.
Sometimes the friends have talked about this P5 teacher that is very tough, okay, and they're already scared of going into primary 5 because of that teacher.
Yes,
They
yes.
haven't been there, but they're already scared. So every time they talk about going back to school, it is what they remember. This teacher that is really, really tough. How am I going to manage primary 5? So we as parents, we have to be intentional to notice some of those things, that my child is not normally like this. Okay, what is causing the anxiety? What is causing the tantrums? So you talk to them, and while you talk, you notice they will tell you that I think I don't want to go to P5, but then you have to go to P5. Why is it that you don't want to go to P5? There's this teacher that they've told me about, and you will notice those where those fears come from, and then you will be able to help to address them. Yes.
Wow. That's actually very nice, but I hope we'll get back to that after the break. Lovely viewer, let's take a very short break. The show returns in just a bit. Please don't change the station. Welcome back from that short break. You are still with me, the world's favorite host. This is the Family Hour, and we are here under the theme of parenting. And today I am with beautiful, lovely ladies the Lord created for a time such as this. None other than Esther and Sanyu. So before we went off for the break, something that really hit me and I really liked is how as parents we are actually meant to be part of our children's lives at all time, academically, spiritually, emotionally. We have to walk a journey with them as they prepare to go back to school. We have to be a part of that journey. Remind them, how far are you prepared, and all that, which really hit me right, and I really appreciate that. Hope it's your take home or you got something from their sharing in the first break. We are here in our second half in case you've just joined in. Keep it Church of Uganda Family TV. Back here to Esther and Sanyu. You are doing us very well, but I want us to take it a little bit personal to you as Esther, as Sanyu. How do you actually prepare your children beyond the academic, school fees, holiday work, and what other aspects of lives, what other areas do you actually prepare your children in?
Maybe I should give you, I should let you in on what I normally do even before they get holiday. Before they get holiday, I plan. This is how I want this holiday to be. Now, the fact that we also have church-related activities, I make sure that when they get holidays, yes, we have the holiday packages, but again, there's this spiritual bit of it that I would want my life, my children to be enriched. So there are those programs for them. And let's say these could be camps, you know, Pathfinder camps. They would go into camp. Those are religious, spiritual. They help them. But again, at home, we have this routine. We wake up early in the morning. That is as early as 7. We do morning devotion. That is part of our routine. After doing morning devotion, showering, cleaning bedrooms, you know, chores. 10, it's breakfast. After breakfast, who does the dishes? You know, my kids also have their own timetable. When they get back home during holidays, they do a rota. Who will do the dishes? Who's going to cook lunch?
I like
Who,
that. Wow.
You know? So now I learned, I just sit and relax. I ask, who's doing the rota? Mommy, I'll do it. Now they divide chores. I'm only there to you know, to come in and supervise and say, hey, you've given this one so much work. Can you try to, you know? So that kind of routine has actually helped me very much. When one is cooking, others are probably doing their holiday packages, because I normally tell them, first thing, before even the holiday gets into a month, start on your holiday packages, because you forget. So start right away. So at least a day, they do a few numbers in a particular subject. So day by day, at least for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then they'll be done with the holiday packages. Then we'll go on planning for other things. For example, maybe they want to go out, you know, at least a holiday you can take them, go out to KFC. That is depending on your pocket. Say, okay, we'll go for KFC. Now that is also on our timetable. And there are many other programs. In my home, the skilling bit of it is a must. Who's doing crochet? Who's beading?
Oh, I like that.
There is chicken. Now for the boy who likes carrying chicken, he goes to the chicken coop. There are the dogs. There is a compound. There is, you know, I try to make sure that there are very many skills in my home. The tailoring bit of it is also there. So basically, when my kids get holidays, I'm on my kids. I'm telling you, I leave everything and make sure in fact, holidays, you can never get me concentrating on any other thing. Why? Because I believe even when they're secondary school children, they need me now even more. So I'm there to supervise. Even when I go to town and do some errands, I make sure I keep on the phone asking, what are you up to? What have you done? Even when I come back, let me see what you did. You're not supposed to do this. Probably you're supposed to do ABC, you know, trying to get into their lives. And then in the evening, by the time you come back, they've already cooked the supper.
Oh, wow.
They do. They can manage the home now. They know what is supposed to be done. Then in the evening, we have our devotion. After devotion, we have supper, and we go to bed. So basically, that is my routine. So that routine actually helps them a lot when it's time to go back to school. It is mentally, they already know now, they know this program, we wake up early in the morning, but now it's about probably sleeping late, a little bit early, like she suggested. No watching TV beyond 10, probably 9, 8:30, 9 at most. Then you can go to bed, because now there is school coming. Let me see your holiday. Now that is when the parent comes in and says, can I have a look at your holiday packages? This wasn't right. Can you try to, you know? Now that is when they actually start telling you the experiences about school. I need this textbook. I need this. I need that. You know, something like that. But basically, that is how that is on a personal level. That is how I operate my home, and that is how my kids actually fit into the whole program. So by the time it's school, they do their lists. We go shopping together. I park with them, I make sure when I take them to school, I'm there to see what is, because we parked together. By the time the teacher asks, how do you have this? How many? I know what is there, So
Wow.
basically that is it.
I really appreciate you. Thank you for that intentionality. I think when I was reporting there, I was seeing parents struggling. Did he bring a ream of paper? Hey, are we supposed to bring that? Do they have this? Hey, even this was on the list, and I was like,
and we normally ask,
my.
did you get the circular?
And I'm
Did
like,
you read
oh
it?
my God, like this is so embarrassing. 2 months of holiday.
We also go into holiday mood, and
That's exactly what happens.
Yes.
We also be in holiday.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So personally, in holiday we tend to get off the routine. However, I have boys, 3 boys.
Oh, wow.
And you know how boys be. They don't want to do household. No routines. And they also don't want to do household chores.
Yes.
So I'm intentional about the chores. Because they have to really learn that. Normally we have a maid, but this time around in December for some time we didn't have, and I just told their father that this time around we're not going to go to the village. Let's keep around and do things ourselves. Okay, so we've been washing the clothes, we've been cleaning the utensils, we've been cleaning the house, we've been laying our beds, we've been, even when the maid came, okay, I just told her, when you're doing this, this person should be doing this, this one should be doing this. Even the youngest, who is in middle class, goes with jerry cans to the well, because we are kind of in the village, we are near the well, so we fetch water from the well. So I'm intentional about learning the chores, but also about the behavior thing.
Yes.
Because there are things that no one can teach our children. So I'm intentional about the behavior, being kind to others. They will make comments that are selfish, okay? And if you're not keen enough, you will not hear. And the child will grow up selfish. That is how they become bullies.
Yes.
Okay? So I'm very intentional about the behavior and also the spiritual. We do not have morning devotions, but we always have evening devotions. And in there, we read God's word. In there, we worship God and we pray together as a family. And it is a must before we go to bed. Yes, I allow them to watch the TV. I allow them to play the tab or my phone. But then I pay attention to the behavior, to the hard work, household chores, and then the spiritual bit, knowing God as a person. And their father actually does that more than me, because he wakes up late in the night and prays, and sometimes you find the boys with him praying. So yeah, that is basically it. In holiday we look into the books somewhere somehow, but I'm not so on to it, because I also love children playing. I'm intentional about play. Go out and go and play. Take the ball and go find friends and play. Kick. Go out and play. Of late, children don't want to go out to play.
Yeah,
they are not like
on
us. On their phones, on TV, and it makes them very passive, and I don't like it, and it's not good for men. A man should go out and do something
adventurous.
Yes, climb a tree or yeah. So for us, that is how holiday is.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is really so interesting hearing from you. How easy has that been for you to actually, set that in your children or train them in that way? How easy or how hard has it been?
I should say that it has been right from day one. I think the last time I had a maid was when I was expecting my last born.
That was the last time.
That was the last time
Wow.
I had a maid in my home. And
Wow.
when I gave birth, I had someone help me for about 2 weeks. Then I would put my baby in the car seat with bottles and the diapers, and we would ride and go and do business in town. But I literally raised my kids. Even when I had a maid for the first 2 kids, I was always present because I left the corporate world. I used to work in office, but I left office. Why? Because it was a little bit taxing for me. You know how you have to be in the office very early in the morning by 7 a.m. And yet you have a baby. And you know, it was really disturbing for me. And so I decided to let go. So to me it was easy because as the kids grew up, they saw what I used to do. So I literally used to do everything for myself in the house. So it became a little bit easy. As I'm doing something, my probably 5-year-old daughter is also playing with the cups on the sink bit by bit. So as they grew up, they also got into the system. They got into the system. They would wash their own uniforms. Even when I have a machine, they would do their own uniforms, their own panties, and you know. So it is within them that even right now, they can be able to operate a home even when I'm not there. They know how it operates in the morning when they wake up. Even when I wake up early and go, they know it is a must for us to have a morning devotion. Even in the evening, even when I'm not there, they know 8, even when mommy is not yet back, we have to pray. Believe you me, when I come back, I find they've ironed. You know, they try to fit in into the system. And as much as they of course, there are those times they do watch TV and let their guards go down and everything, but at least they try as much as possible. To me, I believe it has been easy. Somewhere, somehow, you know, training a young child is not easy though. You have to be there and you have to be persistent as a parent. So I believe that being persistent and being committed in this home or in my home has actually helped me a lot for my kids to be able to, you know, take on these roles and the responsibilities in the home. Easy, maybe 50-50. You know, it was not that easy, but it wasn't that hard because I was already
they've been seeing it.
Yeah, they've been seeing it. Because even when they're there and I'm around, I cannot sit. They know mommy cannot sit. I think there are times they even want to chase me and tell me, they want to do their thing first. You know how we mothers are. Can you bring me the onions?
And then
can
you
get
follow
me the
them.
knife? Can you get me the oil? They don't like that. They want to do things independently now. So I watch from a distance and supervise. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thank you, Esther.
Yeah. I think the issue is intentionality. As mothers, being intentional is key. Knowing what you want your child to learn and following it up, ensuring that they learn. Now, my first born is now in P7. Because it's the biggest, I normally tell him, you're going to mop the house. Our house is kind of big. And he always offers options. Why don't I just maybe mop the toilet, clean my own bedroom instead of this whole house. And you're like, we all have 2 hands. Whoever is going to clean it has 2 hands, just like you. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And I always emphasize that when we work together, it makes work light.
Yeah.
And I always tell them, there's no one that enjoys work. Okay? It is just as hard as it is to you as it is to someone else. So the intentionality, and I tell him, you're still going to mop the house. And at the end of the day, he mops it. And you know, he doesn't break, his bones don't break because he has mopped the house. So that intentionality that this boy has to mop this house and ensuring that he does it, okay, without changing, not allowing the options that he's offering, because you know, at the end of the day, he will start mopping it when you've not told him. Okay, telling them that, you know, this auntie that you see here also gets tired. Okay, if she's going to be washing your clothes, you've got to be mopping, and you've got to be cleaning the utensils while she's doing the other job. At least when you're here in holiday, you've got to help out. Okay, so the intentionality is what I want to bring out. What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? I want my children to know that everybody works in the house, and being boys, they will, because they will see that most men don't do household chores. So you will find yourself dying of chores because for them they think they are boys. They don't have to. Yet I want them to know that even though they are boys, they can help. They can work with the girls. They can clean. They can do everything else that a woman does. Today we see most of the chefs that we see around are men.
Actually, yeah.
They are men in most of those big hotels. Okay? And way back, men used to say, we don't
cook, we don't enter the kitchen. What?
Okay? So that's knowing that this is what I want my child to learn. I want them to go and play football. So I will send them consistently, even when they do not want. You will never know. Over time, they will pick up. Sometimes even those that are talented don't want to go. Okay, because it's kind of uncomfortable. But you send them because, you know, at the end of the day, when they notice they are talented, they will pick up. They might earn from it when they grow up. So intentionality and ensuring that you achieve what you want to achieve out of them.
Wow, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that, Sanyu, and thank you, Esther, as well. So where is the father figure in this? Because often you hear mothers say, VDs, us, reporting, us, this, us. So where is the father here? And really, what's your take about the presence of fathers in their children's lives and at home at large?
Fathers, school fees. Fathers will tell you, "Kola sente." I make the money. I make money. I buy the food. You see, we have yaka, we have everything because I go and work. But I'd like to talk to fathers that your presence in the life of your child is very important. You know, when you've just given back to these kids, even when these kids are young, we normally take it for granted. And time flies so fast. Before you know, these kids will no longer be in your life. Now that is where we have these challenges of, on my graduation, I bring a chirabo for my mother.
Alone.
And I talk about my mother, how my mother has been present in my life, and I don't talk about my father. And yet my father has been working his back off, you know, trying to raise fees for me. I'm a lawyer student. So, parents, fathers, please try to get some time for your children. I remember when I was a young child, our father used to come back home. When he came back home, the very first thing he would do, he wouldn't go to the bedroom to take a shower. He would sit with us in the sitting room. And believe you me, being the head of the family, he took on the worship every evening.
Oh, wow.
You know, even when we were dozing, he would tell everyone, go and call Bagambe Bave, let him come. So we would come and we would worship even in the morning. But I remember one time, everyone slept off, dinner dishes were in the kitchen. So our father wakes up at around 2 in the night and finds dishes in the kitchen. He woke up everyone. He told everyone who's supposed to wash dishes, please come out, come out, come out. So when there is that kind of involvement, if the father also comes up, I do believe that we're going to have a wholesome child who's well balanced. Because in as much as mommy shouts, they normally say that we women shout. Mommy shouts, but where is daddy's voice? Daddy's voice also needs to be present.
And it's daddy that they fear most.
Yes. So the father figure is actually very important. When we come for video and we come the both of us, believe you me, if I have a daughter and I come with my husband, let's say on VD, that is a balanced kind of equation, because now the girl believes in her father. Yes, me as a mother, I'm there, but genetically, there is that connection between the daughter and the father. So in case this child had any kind of behavioral challenges, let's say things to do with the coupling and everything, they'll listen more to the father, you know? So there's that kind of balance. Now when it comes to the home, there's a priestly role that fathers need to play. When it comes to devotions, let the father lead the prayers in the home. You know, even when he comes back, let him follow up. You know, find out how was the day. In as much as mommy was around, maybe she's a housewife. Try to get into the lives of your child. Get interested. If it is your son, how was your day? What did you do? Did you help mommy? Even the reports will come in from mommy and they'll say, Geoffrey did not do this and this and this. Your presence and your voice is very important in the lives of the child, so that they can grow up well balanced. Schedule some time every day for your child. Get into their lives. Yes.
Wow. Thank you. That's so deep, Esther. Thank you so much. Sanyu?
Today, I was talking to one of our children at school. I told her that on Thursday we go for swimming after lunch. So I told her, can you please tell Daddy to pay for swimming? For you, it is 60,000. And she told me, not Daddy, Mommy. So I was like, oh, is there no daddy at home? Do you have no daddy? I have daddy, but he has another wife, another mommy, something like that. And I was a bit broken that actually this young child who is in P1 knows that the dad has another woman, okay, and probably the mother has told her or she has seen something. Sometimes the mother hasn't told, but you know, children these days can see and they can hear you sometimes interchanging or communicating on the phone. So she insisted that she will tell the mother because she knows that it is the mom that does the payments. And you know, sometimes it is actually the dad that does the payments. But because they are not seeing the dad, they think it is the mother that does the payments. And other times it is the mother that tells them, your father does not do anything here. Yet sometimes the fathers actually do. Yes. So there are some fathers who have completely neglected the role of parenting their children. Sometimes they are not staying home. Other times they are actually staying home. They are staying in, but they are not out. They are not present. The children are not seeing them in. But one thing I know about children is that they learn by seeing. They see, they may not say. Of late, children have started to speak out. But what they see is what they will do. So when they see you, daddy, not doing anything, if you're raising boy children, they will be like that. So while you act the way you act, would you like your children to act the way you're acting? That's the question. Would you like, if they always tell us, if your daughter got married to a man like you, would you offer her to that man? You know. So the thing is, we are calling upon fathers to be involved in their children bringing up, because parenting does not just stop at giving birth to the child. It goes beyond that. Being available is key, and I really want to appreciate my husband on air because he really does the extraordinary. I am a school administrator, so I live a very busy life because you know, in school when others take holiday, if you're an administrator, you're not on holiday. You start planning for next term, you start looking for children, you start registering those that are coming. You know, I'm always busy, but he always chips in. He comes in to help when I'm busy. We go to school together when the children are going back. We go to school together on our first son is in the boarding. For those VDs, I can count the VDs where one of us went. We always go together. So he's a very, very present dad. Okay. However, one time he got pissed off about something, and he raised his voice when all of us were there. Kept quiet. But when we went back in the bedroom, I told him, I do not want to raise my children knowing that they can shout at their wives when at any time when their children are there. Okay? So the thing is, children learn by seeing. When they see this setting of a family where the mom is present and the dad is present, that is what they will bring up. That is, if the devil wants to hit a nation, they start with a family because it's the basic unit of a nation.
Wow.
Okay? So dads, we are calling upon you. Sometimes things may fail between you and your wife, but it doesn't mean that you have stopped being the father of those children.
Wow.
It is always better to be present in your children's lives. We have seen children that have been raised by fathers alone. So it may not be well with you and the woman, but it should be well with you and your children,
Wow.
whether you are with their mother or not.
Well, thank you very much, Sanyu. Thank you, Esther. It's been really a great pleasure. We are just left with 1 minute to just close the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for keeping it Church of Uganda Family TV, and thank you for loving my dearest ladies here. It's been really quite an awesome show. It's me, the world's favorite host. I'll see you again next Thursday, same place, same time. Of course, different people and a different topic. I love you from the deepest part of my heart. It is a good night.